Okay, today we're looking at something I find absolutely fascinating, the actual literal biological mechanisms of how movement cures stress. We've all heard the advice, right? Just go for a run, you'll feel better. But today, we're popping the hood. We're going to examine exactly how physical activity rewires your brain at a cellular level to build resilience, calm your nervous system, and just fundamentally alter your body's entire stress response.
It's a total paradox, isn't it? Think about it. How on earth can putting your body under the deliberate, intense physical stress of a tough workout actually cure your mental and emotional stress? I mean, raising your heart rate, breaking a serious sweat, tearing muscle fibers, it seems totally counterintuitive that all of that would leave you feeling profoundly relaxed and mentally clear. But as we're about to see, this controlled physical stress is exactly what teaches your body how to completely master the fight-or-flight response.
To figure out how this all works, we're going to break this down into 5 chapters. Chapter 1, the science of stress relief. 2, cardio versus strength training. 3, the green exercise advantage. 4, the best times to work out. And 5, accessible micro-workouts and yoga.
All right, let's dive right into this. Chapter 1, the science of stress relief, the biology of how movement heals the mind.
Let's start with BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This is a protein that supports the production, growth, and adaptation of neurons and other brain pathways. So why is this so absolutely crucial? Well, when you exercise, your brain doesn't just pump out those feel-good endorphins that act as natural painkillers and mood boosters. It also actively stimulates this specific BDNF protein. This means that exercise is quite literally helping your brain repair itself, grow brand new cells, and carve out new neural pathways so you can adapt to stress way better in the future. It's like upgrading your brain's hardware.
So when you exercise, you are basically giving your internal systems a safe, controlled practice run at dealing with stress. And over time, these biological adaptations really take hold. Exercise naturally lowers your resting heart rate and your blood pressure. It also shifts and regulates your HPA axis, which is the system that controls your stress hormones. And maybe most importantly, it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, that's your rest and digest mode. This actively protects your body against the really harmful, inflammatory damage that happens when you're stuck in chronic fight-or-flight mode.
Moving on to Chapter 2, cardio versus strength training, finding the right modality for your mind. It is endlessly fascinating how cardio and strength training uniquely impact our nervous systems. Take aerobic exercise, like running or swimming, for example. Cardio excels at improving your heart rate variability, or HRV. A higher HRV basically means your nervous system is super flexible, easily bouncing back from stress, and it heavily promotes that calming parasympathetic activation we just talked about. But then look at resistance training, like lifting weights. This specifically affects the GABAergic system. GABA is your primary inhibitory neurotransmitter, and its entire job is to literally calm neural activity and squash anxiety symptoms. The research shows both are incredibly effective standalone treatments for depression and anxiety, but if you combine them, you're giving yourself the ultimate, complete toolkit for mental resilience.
Which brings us to Chapter 3, the green exercise advantage, why the environment matters.
Okay, a massive Frontiers meta-analysis looking at over 50 different studies revealed something that is just incredible. They looked at green exercise, which is just physical activity out in natural environments like parks, forests, or trails. Compared to not exercising at all, green exercise provides a massive 1.18 boost to positive moods and a staggering 3.38 drop in negative moods like fatigue and anger. But here's the real kicker. Green exercise mathematically outperforms exercising indoors, and it significantly beats out exercising outdoors in built-up urban concrete environments. Why? Well, theories like the biophilia hypothesis suggest that being in nature inherently restores our depleted attention spans and rapidly drops cortisol levels in a way that staring at gym walls or city traffic simply can't do.
Let's jump to Chapter 4, best times to work out, aligning your routine with your biology.
If we follow the timeline of a typical day, starting with a morning workout is absolutely fantastic for building habit consistency. Now, your body temperature is lower right when you wake up, so you definitely have to warm up properly, but the clinical research shows early exercise regulates your hunger hormones. It actually curbs that mindless stress snacking later in the day, literally saving you from grabbing that 3 p.m. office donut. Moving into the afternoon, this is actually when your lung function and oxygen uptake kinetics hit their peak. Your body temperature is higher, which improves muscle flexibility and coordination. This makes the afternoon the absolute optimal time for heavy strength training and power workouts. Finally, the evening. This is a perfect time to release all that daily built-up tension. But a quick warning here, because vigorous exercise spikes your cortisol and body temperature, you really want to make sure you finish any intense workouts at least 2 to 3 hours before bed, just so your nervous system has enough time to wind down for deep, restorative sleep.
And finally, Chapter 5, Accessible Micro-Workouts in Yoga, Relief in 5 minutes or less.
I absolutely love this section because it removes all of our usual excuses. If you're stuck at a desk, these are exact 5-minute exercises recommended by orthopedic experts at Dr. Mehta's hospitals to immediately reduce physical stiffness and mental strain. Step 1 is the cat-cow stretch. Just keep your feet flat, hands resting on your knees. Take a deep inhale as you curve your back and look up, then exhale as you round your spine and look down. This instantly relaxes those tight spinal erectors. Step 2, office chair sit-ups. Sit upright, feet flat, and simply stand up while keeping your back straight and inhaling. Then sit back down and exhale. Doing this just 5 times activates your whole body. And step 3, neck rotations. Slowly rotate your neck from left to right, gently bringing your ear toward your shoulder, taking deep breaths. Incorporating these mindful little movements acts like a micro-yoga session, actively shifting you out of that stressful fight-or-flight mode without even leaving your desk.
The core message here is beautifully summarized by Dr. Vinya K. Chong from Northwestern Medicine. She says, build daily habits that feel easy and fun. You do not need a perfect, flawlessly optimized, agonizing routine to see real, tangible mental health benefits. Whether it's lifting heavy weights in the afternoon, taking a brisk walk through a green park, or literally just doing 5 minutes of chair sit-ups in your office, the act of consistently moving your body is what really matters. Consistency is always going to be far more important than perfection.
So we've seen the biology, we've looked at the data, and we know the exact timing of how physical movement fundamentally heals a stressed-out mind. The only thing left to do now is to actually put it into practice. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. What 5-minute physical stress will you use to cure your mental stress today?
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another science-backed fitness video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.